Hey guys, it's Bobby here. It's one of those episodes. Okay, so just want to let you guys know the video and audio for this episode are just not going to be great. We still have the full episode, so we're still going to upload it. The video is going to look really laggy, at least for the webcams and stuff like that. And you'll see like a black thing take up all the webcams every once in a while. That's Discord and screen share being just a total bitch. So ignore that. I'm sorry. I figured out a fix for that and we'll be implementing that for episode 54. And for the audio, again, I had a lot of lag for some reason. There was just a lot of network and connectivity issues. So just try and ignore it the best you can. Around, I would say like 6 or so minutes in, it gets a little bit better and I get it all sorted out. So it'll sound better around 6 minutes in. But for the first 6 minutes, just try and ignore the glitches and stuff like that we have in there. The rest of it should go fine. So sorry, apologies for this. Just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time before you get into this. We'll have it all sorted out hopefully for episode 54. But hey, sometimes we just, things happen and, only so much we can do. So hope you guys still enjoy this episode anyway. It's a great episode with Malichai and we talk about Call of Duty. So without further ado, enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Come Play Podcast. This is episode 53. I'm your host, Tyler, and with me are the boys, Bobby, Brendy, and Zach. And we have a guest, Mr. Malichai Jordan. How you doing, bud?
With the SpongeBob username.
Yeah.
Yep. Big profile picture.
Yeah. So we're going to come on and talk about some Call of Duty today. We haven't in a long time, even though we've been a pretty good amount. But some news of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered coming out, and we wanted to hop on. I did want to let you guys know that our latest episode, 52 of the podcast, is live on all platforms. That was our Jeopardy episode, which was fun. It was a little bit of a train wreck, but it was
a little bit.
Hey, look, I mean. Look, I still had fun, so but yeah, that is YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Play, anything that you listen to your podcast on, I'm sure it's on. So yeah, that is squared away. Like I said, we're going to talk about some Call of Duty this episode. Before, as always, Zach's thought of the week. What do you have for us this week?
So since we're going to be talking about Call of Duty, my thought of the week is going to be a tough decision for you guys, I think. So you have to pick one Call of Duty game to play forever.
So here's my thinking. Like Black Ops 2 is personally my favorite Call of Duty. But if I play that forever, I'm going to be like, okay. I'll finish my thought. If I play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 forever, I'm going to be running into hackers nonstop.
So
I guess the caveat is, do I have to worry about hackers?
No, you don't have to worry about hackers. It's a magical world where whenever you play that game, there's no...
You just get perfect lobbies.
You would play the game while it's in its prime.
Right, yeah.
Ooh, in its prime?
Is our decision only based on multiplayer?
It's based on whatever you want it to be. I mean, best Call of Duty game in Europe.
If that's the case, I might go with Black Ops 1. That's tough, though. I'll have to think about that one while they're talking.
The only thing about Black Ops 1, it'd have to be Black Ops 1 with the whole squad.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I can get a squad, then yes, Black Ops 1.
Yeah, so that's part of my decision. I'm like I would want to get something that all of us would enjoy, so like we could because I'm not going to play COD by myself. And obviously Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite, but that wouldn't be my choice because as fun as that game is, there was obviously a lot of problems, a lot of the noob tubing and stuff like that.
Okay, so everyone complains about that game, about how horribly unbalanced it was, but like, what Call of Duty games were out before that game? Like World at War, Modern Warfare. Like it was a fun game. Like it came out when it came out. It came out 11 years ago. It was a great game when it came out. So
Yeah.
I kind of think the unbalanced arguments for the game are obsolete because it's all we had to work with, and the game was.
So I
Right.
agree with that. And first of all, you mentioned you just said like that game's been out for 11 years, and I just realized that, and that's fucking.
Yeah.
That's weird. But no, I think that so like I enjoy it. It's still my favorite COD, but I think I would get sick of it because I've played the CODs now, knowing what they're like, and then having to play this for the rest of my life. Like it, I think I would just get like kind of frustrated fast. I was thinking Black Ops 2 though. Like that was, I think that's a game that could have some longevity. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah. So it's kind of, so my thing is like I was saying with the group, like if I could have a group of people, I would say Black Ops 1. But the thing is like when I'm also thinking of like zombie, and
Oh yeah.
I personally like if I'm by myself, I can play Black Ops 1 zombies any day.
Yeah.
But
So
Black Ops 2 zombies is good, don't get me wrong. But when you put it up with Black Ops 1, I'm personally more of a Black Ops 1 zombies fan. I thought the original was better, but that's just me.
Yeah, I
So-
mean they even had the remakes of those maps on Black Ops 3.
Yeah,
They had that
and
DLC that came out
Yeah.
toward the end of the run for that game.
Yeah.
It had all those zombies maps on it, which is like that's basically the best possible thing.
And here's the
that
thing:
game
if we
could've
can,
done.
if we can get like a squad of 4 like on Ascension again, like that's a dream come true for me. So I'm thinking it's close. It's very close. I think I'm gonna go with Black Ops 1 because of the added enjoyment with zombies.
You know, I didn't even think about that. I was only thinking multiplayer, but you might have swayed. Also, I think I mentioned this before, but when Black Ops 1 was in its prime, I actually didn't like the game. Like, it took me till after that game like was out of its prime for me to like that game for whatever reason. I don't know if it well, because was that was right after MW2, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if that had something to play with it. But yeah,
I remember that, dude. I remember like when Black Ops came out and there was it was out for a few months. That was like a debate at school, like if you play MW2 or if you play Black Ops, like
yeah, I don't know.
The
Like,
community was split. I felt
I was
like
gonna say I feel like I wasn't alone. Like I feel like a lot of people don't like that. I don't know, maybe not like that game, but maybe enjoyed that MW2 better. But yeah, I don't like it, and maybe it was because there's a lot of differences from that. And MW2 is my first COD. There's a lot of differences, so I don't know if that played. But yeah, I used to really not like that game for a while. But looking back, I mean, that game was awesome.
yeah, I mean, I think just the differences between Black Ops and MW2. I mean, all that was out before that was, I mean, multiplayer Call of Duty games was Modern Warfare and World at War.
Yeah.
And everybody loved Modern Warfare when it first came out, and everybody just played World at War for the zombies because I think it was not long after it came out, it started just getting flooded with hackers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, like, I think we've talked about World at War before, but like, how'd you guys feel about that game? Because obviously, that game is now like maybe the most hacked COD.
I think I think the multiplayer in that game. I think the multiplayer in that game is now known as one of the worst multiplayer Call of Duties. Like,
yeah.
Okay. So, other than the hackers, why would you say that? I'm curious.
well, I think part of the reason was that the game was so clunky. I don't know if you guys, Brindy, I know
Yeah.
you said you've never played it, but like it had a big issue where the game was like not smooth at all.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was like what 2009 that game came out.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been, no, it was before that. It was because
So I think
something.
I think the connection issues on the game and just kind of the clunkiness of the gameplay kind of made people not like it, and then the hackers just kind of sealed the deal on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malichai, what would your answer be? I don't know if you gave one.
I would say Black Ops 1 as well.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't appreciate that game till after, but but that would probably be my choice. Bobby, I don't know if you gave an answer either.
So I'm sorry.
Bobby's struggling
a lot
over
of
there.
production issues
Yes.
that I was trying to fix there, so I apologize that I was not fully into the discussion. But the question, if I remember, was one COD for the rest of your life. That's
one
that's
COD
the
game.
question.
Yeah.
Okay. Although MW2 is still up there with my favorite COD, I think I'm gonna go with Black Ops 2 just for the simple fact that there's just so much to do, and there was like no aspect of that game that I didn't like. I could play competitive when I wanted to, play zombies when I wanted to, pub stomp if I wanted to. I could have fun on that game all day. I still have fun with that game if I ever jump back on backwards compatible. So that's definitely the move for me.
That was kind of my original reasoning. It was like for me, MW2 is always gonna be my favorite, but Black Ops 2 was like widespread, so enjoyable, and like just didn't have that many problems. But so it looks like we're all on the Black Ops train. Interesting.
Yeah, Black Ops. You know, what is it? Treyarch. Yeah, Treyarch.
Yeah,
they're like hands down the best Call of Duty makers. They really haven't made a bad Call of Duty game since World at War.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying
Black Ops 4.
Oh, I never played Black Ops 4, so
awful.
So they're saying be cautious this year because Treyarch's getting it again this year, but the problem is it wasn't supposed to be Treyarch. It was supposed to be
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Sledgehammer, and then production with them fell apart. So people are saying if Treyarch Call of Duty this coming year isn't as good, then we'll see why.
They didn't have time to produce it.
Right.
It's supposed to be a Vietnam era reboot.
Yeah, a soft reboot is what they've been saying.
I don't know that.
They're gonna do what they usually do and release the game incomplete and then fix it a few months later.
Yeah, but at least like with that, at least they're trying to fix it. I mean, we'll get into this later, but I mean, this latest Modern Warfare, had a bunch of messes. Just so many problems, and the game right now, at least in my opinion, is at a good point. But with that being said, let's get into the discussion. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, confirmed and came out. I think it was 5 days ago or so on PlayStation. It's set to come out in late April on Xbox and PC. And I think for a lot of people, disappointing. With obviously no multiplayer, just the campaign. And a
huge disappointment.
Yeah, and not even
colossal disappointment.
I'm pretty upset.
Yeah, and I think right off the bat, I mean that's the consensus for a lot of people right now is that is it even worth buying? I think the price on PlayStation was $19.99. I think. So I'm assuming I thought it was originally $29, but apparently it's $19.99.
We'll look that up real quick.
I was gonna say they better not charge a full $60 for that, man.
No, it's not gonna be $60.
20.
Yeah, $20.
Okay.
Everyone thought it was gonna be 30.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be 30. So that's a little bit more reasonable. I might for me, I might consider. I don't know, but anyway. Multiplayer not coming out. There's a sighting from oh, sorry. Brendan's just throwing me the fuck off.
Sorry, I just had to point that out. I'm sorry.
Pointing out that I use light mode for Discord. Yes, I use light mode for Twitter.
He also uses light mode on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god, what a pleb!
Who uses light mode on Twitter? You psychopath,
bro. So I just can't. I've tried to go to dark, and I can't get used to it. So
just do it and stick with it, and you'll like it better.
Fucking racist.
I'm charging you 4 times more.
Damn. All right.
Anyway,
I don't know. I was about to be attacked for that, but anyway.
You should have expected as such.
Jack Dorsey himself is going to be like, dude, we have dark mode, right?
This is what he's going to start putting everybody to dark mode. He's like, yeah, we're just completely removing light mode now. Everyone's going to go dark. You guys are psychos.
This is the new Twitter.
Light mode. Fucking Russian bots.
People that use light mode at night.
Oh, why? Yeah. Why do you want to flashbang yourself?
I don't know. I guess I don't like their eyes.
I just turned down my
flashbang out.
So Activision citing that, or I guess part of the reason that they didn't put multiplayer in for Remastered is they're focusing on this Call of Duty, wanting to introduce more old school maps and obviously stuff with including Warzone. We've seen that already with the inclusion of Scrapyard from MW2 on Warzone. And so focusing more on this Call of Duty. So I don't know how I feel about this statement. So I'll read this snippet. This is randomly from Forbes. So this was a snippet though from Activision. Beginning with Modern Warfare last year, the focus has been to bring players together seamlessly in one unfied online multiplayer playground with
Unified.
crossplay releasing new post-launch maps, modes, weapons, and more content drops for free and launching Warzone. The free-to-play, free for everyone, new Call of Duty experience. The Modern Warfare universe will expand, bringing new experience to players. So kind of a bunch of what you would expect to hear after, them kind of talking about Modern Warfare 2 not having multiplayer. But I guess I know where we all are, but let's get thoughts just from an initial standpoint of how we're feeling about the release of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Whoever wants to start that. Somebody.
Anybody.
Brandy, go ahead.
Brandy looked like he was about to say something, so I laid off.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So the problem is I feel like I usually start on these discussions, but I wanted to give someone else a chance.
Tyler's like, all right, whoever wants to start, and we're all like, what do we do?
Oh my god, you can't ruin the nature of things.
Usually I point somebody out, but go ahead.
Okay, all that matters to me is that no Russian was included in this campaign. That's literally all I can. Like, that game is worth the full price of. It's worth the full price right there, $60.
It's actually just No Russian Remastered.
Yeah,
just remastered just that one mission.
The first Modern Warfare Remastered video I seen on my feed was a No Russian gameplay.
Russian Remastered.
Dude, there was I saw some guy.
$20
just walking around like shooting at the already dead bodies, and he's like, just make sure.
That's awful.
Oh, so here's the thing though, you can complete that mission without firing a single bullet.
Yeah, which is we've talked about.
Yeah,
before.
You just watch it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. No, I'll walk backwards.
Fire a single bullet.
I'll walk backwards.
Just watch hundreds of people get massacred in an airport.
Yeah, no blood on my hands.
Here's the funny thing, back
just on my feet.
In the original MW2 days, that when that game came out and some little kid got his hands on that game and didn't know what the message said, or maybe he was hitting A too many times and just said yes to being able to see No Russia in the campaign. Remember how it gives you that little hey, there's some dark shit in this campaign. Warning. And he has no idea. He's just in the elevator. He's like, okay, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna just jump through a window and kill a bunch of soldiers. He opens a elevator, and then all of a sudden the guys in front of him just start shooting civilians for no reason.
It's literally
some kid got traumatized.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna see some arms get blown off or whatever. It was like, nope, you're mowing people down in an airport.
I remember first playing that mission. I was like, okay, I don't want to shoot anyone because I don't want the mission to end, because I don't want to shoot civilians. Because in Call of Duty games, if you shoot civilians, it ends the mission.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not going to shoot anyone. I don't want it to end.
That's actually funny.
I remember I got a little traumatized because there was after the first mow-down, and everybody in that first spot is, dead. We were going to the next spot. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. You go to the next spot, but as you start walking, there's two people left alive, but one of them is severely injured, and they're trying to drag them away, and I'm just like, I'm sorry.
No mercy.
Just finish them. I'm like, I'm sorry. I have to beat the mission.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I want to get, before we continue, how did you guys feel overall about that campaign?
Hey,
I
Burger
guess
Count
ranking
was
it.
good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know ranking it with other ones, but
Shepard's a little bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, obviously, the
rest in
big
peace,
turn
Ghost.
at the rent at the end as well, but.
So I am going to come clean. Don't get me wrong. I have played the Modern Warfare 2 campaign.
Liar.
But 99% of the time, I'm I do not touch the campaign on Call of Duty.
Oh, I not anymore.
Okay.
I'm literally just fuck it. I just want to play multiplayer. I don't care about what the story is. I just want to shoot at plebs.
I haven't played campaign probably since
shoot a pleb.
I haven't played campaign honestly since probably Black Ops 2. It's been that long.
I've heard the Modern Warfare campaign's good, but I've heard, and I'm never gonna play it.
I played
unless it reaches that point of quarantine. But
No, I just think you're
not
a fan
playing
of
it.
campaigns.
Yeah. So
there hasn't been like a Call of Duty co-op campaign ever, has there?
Dude, World at War had co-op
No.
campaign.
Okay, well, so World at War was the only one, though.
I think so, yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot.
That's
Bobby,
what they
you
need
are
to do.
gonna
It's
kill
more
me.
enjoyable.
What happened?
I just realized I wasn't recording Audacity until right now.
It's you know what? It's okay, and I'll explain why that's okay later. You get a pass this time.
Okay, well I just did it now, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I also forgot
want-
to add our boy Craig in here, but I can't now because if I add Craig in here, I'm gonna lose all my screen caps. So,
so this is just
fuck you,
gone
Craig.
But Bobby, I know obviously me and you are probably the biggest MW2 fans. So what is your thoughts right now?
I mean, when I first, I like the campaign. I don't think I ever played it like more than once. Like I played it when I got the game, and I got the game late when the original game came out, and I played it through. And then I like everybody else kind of just stuck to multiplayer for basically the rest, and then Spec Ops every once in a while. But I really like the campaign. I'd have to play through it again and see if it kind of still holds up. But Shepard's betrayal was not something I was seeing like from a story perspective because I like story. I like campaign that has a really good kind of darkish story.
Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way, on the on an 11-year-old game. Spoilers.
11-year-old game. I don't give a fuck what's the remaster. Screw you all. I'm seeing there was a Twitch video that came out. It was the guy going through like the first mission where you're training and Shepard talks to you from like the tower. And he's like, I know what you did. It just pops him in the head. And it says like, don't friendly fire will not be tolerated. And he's like, he's not friendly, he's the enemy. Like he's freaking the hell out. But no, I thought it was good. I'd have to play it again. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the remaster though. But it's backwards compatible, so
that's the other. Like
I don't have this problem. This is where this discussion is going to start for me. Is just why this even exists.
Okay.
But I'll play the backwards compatible version and have the same exact experience. So
I mean,
Here's
I
why
still
it
have.
exists.
So go
Ready?
ahead.
The thing was made on the Modern Warfare Remastered engine.
Mm-hmm.
So they've already had this in the works for 2 years. It's been sitting there. This was like some side project. Like this was just a moneymaker, 100%.
Yeah,
like it wasn't even like something to appease like the community. It was just, hey guys, you guys do this, we'll release it in 2 years, just to grab a quick buck.
I mean, it's the same thing with.
It's not wrong.
no,
You're right, but like, how do you feel then in terms of what they did with COD 4 and Infinite Warfare? Because like,
no, they needed 100%. Infinite Warfare was so bad. If they did not have COD 4, they would have lost so many players.
No, I know.
So
That's what I'm
bad.
saying though. Like they released that along with that, and yes, I agree. Like I've said this many times on the show. The only reason I got that was to play COD 4. But at the same time, like it just kind of almost still then felt like a money making tactic. And I know they put the work in for that game, but obviously with these remastered games, like sometimes like that's all it feels like for me. Especially
they could
something like this.
Well, Infinity War didn't even make Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah,
dude, starting with World at War, they could literally just release a remastered version of old Call of Duties every year for the next 10 years, and I would be okay with that.
Me too. Honestly.
Honestly, just stop making new Call of Duties. Give us the old ones, but better. Like,
yeah. Honestly, seriously, I don't think anybody considers Infinite Warfare that year's COD. That was Modern Warfare Remastered by alongside.
It was a year
The only people who played Infinite Warfare as like the season was the pros, and I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Freaking.
Dare we cite the YouTube dislike to like ratio on that video?
oh yeah,
yes, please, yes. We listen, Malichai. In case you're not familiar, in this podcast we go to the numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
All right,
first thing
here we go.
to is the numbers.
As of April 4th, 2020, we are looking at 611,000 likes to 3.8 million dislikes.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
That's a terrible game.
That's exactly why Modern Warfare Remastered happened. They knew nobody wanted boots off the ground.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted jetpacks anymore.
I saw some really weird loving on Twitter recently from a few pros saying that they loved Advanced Warfare a lot, though.
Hey, I like that game.
Like I said, I always liked Advanced Warfare.
Gunplay was fun. That's why I liked it.
Gunplay was fun, but fuck anything going with boots off the ground. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Black Ops 3 had the best
fun.
boots off ground game.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Easily.
a chance to play Black Ops 3. Like I was just so pissed off.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 is a lot of fun. That's an underrated. I feel like that was a really good game too.
Well, so let me ask this, right? So the campaign's out. I mean, do any of you plan on buying it? Straight up, like just let's get that out of the way. Do any of you plan on buying it?
I might
As of
because
right
it
now,
has
Plan
I
on
might-
buying what?
Modern Warfare Remastered.
The Modern Warfare 2 remaster.
Yeah.
Oh,
campaign.
absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a hard pass as well. I don't have any plans.
I
on
don't
getting
care
it.
about playing campaign. I like playing multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Ty,
might-
did you say no?
As of right now, no, and it's kind of like that. It's like for number one, I still have the original disc. So like if I wanted to, like I know like graphics wise and stuff, it would not as good, but it's that, and also like I don't really play single player games anymore. Like I always play with friends, so it's like it's not.
I keep wanting to get
it's
back
pointless.
into some single player games, but I don't end up doing that. And Malichai, you said maybe.
I might because it has a soft spot in my heart. Just the campaign. I played the demo for Modern Warfare 2 on PS3 at least 20 times
Holy shit!
of the snow mission. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, that is an
Um,
extremely fun mission.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
played.
can't think.
That's how I got into COD. Actually, I played
Right.
that, and then my dad had got Black Ops 1 on PS3. Played that. Then I got an Xbox. Got MW2, and the rest is history.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, MW2 was my first game, so it was.
And then here's the problem. And then I if I can kind of move on to what I think is kind of the root of this discussion, obviously, is so. I don't know if I'll end up playing anything because I don't know if we should just play through the whole video. But so Randy linked a video from it's just Nero Cinema, right?
Nero Cinema.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him somewhat. I don't watch his content, but I know his stats in the COD community is pretty damn good. He released a video talking about it and how disappointed he was, and of course featured some footage of him playing the backwards compatible Modern Warfare 2. And he was bringing up the idea that supposedly on top of from what he said, so the campaign obviously was done, as Malichai was kind of saying, like 2 years ago. Or has been worked on for 2 years, and they kind of were just like, fuck it, throw it out there, we'll get a quick buck. He was also saying that the multiplayer was also close to completion, and that they really could release it at any time if they so chose. I don't know how reliable that is, but he was saying that if they released the multiplayer, that it would be a massive hit, and that they would see a massive increase in profit from just that. Which brought up the question to me about splitting player base, right? Because for the people who have been in the COD community for a long time, Modern Warfare 2 is one of the top favorites, regardless of what your favorite COD is. Modern Warfare 2 is arguably where a lot of the big portion of the COD community started.
Yeah,
like
it blew up
especially
with
anybody
that
for the
game.
snipers and the competitive scene. Everything kind of
Yeah.
started or got its humble beginnings in Modern Warfare 2. I just don't know why they would do it at this point. That's what I personally think. As much as I would love to have a remastered Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, I would absolutely buy that up. Let me make that absolutely 100% clear. I would absolutely buy it. But I'm trying to look at it from Activision's standpoint. What good does that do them at all?
It doesn't. They would lose a lot more money.
Yeah.
That's what I
Because-
thought, but apparently, according to a bunch of the people on the internet, I think they're letting their hearts kind of get in the way. I'm
The
apparently
experts.
very much in the wrong.
No, they would lose so much money because microtransactions make them all the money now.
But and you see, now that's the thing though. In the video, he was saying like, and Nero, if you're watching, I'm just respectfully disagreeing with you here, pal. He was saying that the money that they would make from everybody buying multiplayer Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is significantly more than how much microtransactions.
There's
Wait,
no way.
I'm sitting there saying, I'm like, how? So
There's-
I broke this down in my head, right? So my last time I checked, Modern Warfare is still a $60 game, right? And
Right.
maybe has a sale every once
It
in a
goes
while.
on sale every so often, but that's about it.
So, and again, how old is Modern Warfare 2? 11? Is that how old it
11
is at this
years,
point?
yeah.
11 years old? Okay.
Yeah, 2009.
So here's the thing, right? So Modern Warfare, the current Modern Warfare is still $60. Okay. So, and what? Well, how much is the season pass? 10 a season? What is it?
Believe
I have not bought it, so that's why I need someone to tell me.
If you break down the COD points, I believe it's 10. Yes.
So $10, and then that's every season, right? Oh.
Yes, which lasts it lasts a good while. It's like 60.
Yes.
Days. It's like 2 months.
Yeah, so 2 months. Okay, and then there's what? Let's see. So then there's arguably 6 months left in this COD cycle, right? So you're looking at what? I'm sorry, Twitch. You're seeing Discord just be rude to me for no reason, so please ignore me. Anyway, so sorry.
Bear with us, chat.
Okay, yeah. So there's 6 months left in this COD cycle, and if each season is lasting 60 days, and then you have what, 3 more payments of $10 left for everybody, estimating like approximately.
Yeah.
So you're looking at $30 more from each committed COD player for them to get, which is probably millions across all platforms, I would argue, right? I don't have this math. This math is really hard to get, so I don't have it. But this is what makes sense to me. So if anybody has a contradiction, please tell me.
And that's just based on the season pass too. I mean, you also have like the operator skins, and then like the
store where you just buy anything you want.
Yeah,
there's just more money in Modern Warfare because they just dropped Warzone. Warzone's free for everyone, and they want to get people to buy their battle pass who don't actually own the game, who don't care about COD but care about Battle Royale.
And then forget that even Warzone it existed, right? There are people who are always late to buy the latest COD. It happens all the time. Not that there's like a surge, but there's people buying the game every day for $60. I think, or even the bigger versions, whatever the deluxe or versions.
I think for a lot of people, the excitement of Call of Duty has been dead for a while.
It's definitely not. It's from where it was years ago.
I disagree.
Well, I don't mean that. I don't mean that in the sense that people don't want to play it. I mean in the sense that it's like sports games. Like, oh, there's another one. It's out. It's the same as the last one. Like,
so when Modern Warfare was like a few weeks out of release, I've never seen that much excitement in the Call of Duty community in a long time. It was cross-platform, and another thing is like people were excited about a Modern Warfare game again.
Yes. I mean, yeah. So they were excited.
Regardless of how the game was in the first couple weeks, I think the community was very excited.
Which, by the way, if you want to know our thoughts on how the game was when it originally came out, we have an episode on that. I forget what episode number it is. If someone could find that for me, but I have to do the quick plug.
We're gonna get that
I think it's like 41. I think it's 41, but I double check me anyway. But no, so there's always gonna be people late to the party, and they're buying this game for $60. Okay, so now let's just assume, right, that somebody is drunk at the wheel over at Activision. Okay, and they decide, you know what, this multiplayer, I'm releasing it right now. Okay. What's that probably going to cost for everybody? Like, ignore don't even think about that the campaign remaster exists. Just the multiplayer. That's probably what, $30, $20, $30? Right?
They would do it $30 by itself, $40 with the campaign. That's what they would do.
Right. So now if they don't do, right, and let's, actually, let me ask this question. Let me back up real quick. Okay, so let's just say he released it tomorrow. How many people do you think are actually going to go buy it? And now, on face value, you would think a lot, right? Because there's a lot of people who still love MW2, myself included. I would love the remaster. Like I said, I'd probably buy it, right? But here's the problem. We're at a point where we're at a whole new generation of video gamers, like people who play video games, right? It's from 11 years ago, right? So there are people and kids that are playing that don't know what MW2 was and that don't know how good of a game that was. So I think that if they're going to release this multiplayer, right, this multiplayer remaster, you're going to have this one big surge of everybody's rushing to buy it for like maybe the first month or two, and then it's going to decline just like that because all the people who
actually want it. That's what happens with remasters, though. That's any remaster for any game.
And then what ends up happening is that Activision then inexplicably just splits their player base. They're going to have people grinding MW2 again, get re-addicted to the remaster, and then they're going to stop buying the season pass for the rest of the COD cycle for Modern Warfare. And then what's the point of all that?
Well,
and then if the remaster comes out and they don't do what they did with Modern Warfare Remaster, where they added the skins, they added the freaking boxes. And even if they would, right, I still don't think that generates enough for this to make any type of business sense to release it at this point. If they were gonna do it, they should have did it like a year or two ago and did what they did with Modern Warfare Remastered and package it with another fucking game. Like, because as much as I hated that and that I had to pay the extra money to get Modern Warfare Remastered instead of just Infinite Warfare, it made sense. They knew it was bad. They knew that game was terrible. So of course they're gonna try and get as much money as they can out of the fact that they remastered an old classic.
Do you think they released that trailer and they were just like, all right, guys, ready to be the most dislike video on YouTube?
Well, if I was their investors, I'd have been so upset.
So they're like, here's this new Call of Duty. Check it out. But also, what the real deal is.
Yeah. And this is why, like, I am in very high disagreement with Nero. Again, respectfully. I just don't. I think his heart's kind of getting in the way, as many people who are also complaining on Twitter. So doing, because just the general common sense math doesn't make any sense for them.
Well,
right?
I mean, he's like a big, like, he's always been, a huge Call of Duty fan. So like he wants what's best. Like, he wants what's best for the community, but sometimes the community does not have the community does not always think before they act.
Right. And nostalgia works every once in a while. I'm not, it's nice to see the remade maps in Modern Warfare and stuff like that, even though fuck Crash. But it's nice to see them all back, right? It's cool. But like at some point, you got to stop banking on the nostalgia and make your current product as good as it can be. And I do like Modern Warfare, and we'll get to that the second part of this, obviously. But I do like the game, right? And Warzone, and anybody who's seen any episode of this podcast knows I am not a battle royale guy. I have hated on probably every single one of them at this point. I actually really like Warzone. Want to get more hours into it if I can. Will I play solo? Probably not. That's probably how it'll ruin it for me. But I think the gameplay's fun. It's COD. Like it's Call of Duty, which I have liked for a very long time. And I think that's what I was missing, is that like I just, Fortnite's fun with people, as I've always said, but it was never a game that I really wanted to grind. Warzone, I feel like it's just this total fucking mayhem, and I love it. So it's just, I again, as I said before, I am very, as much as I would love to see a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered again, just kind of bring it full circle, is that I just don't think it makes any sense to release it at this point, like at all. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me, because they're gonna just ruin themselves, like Activision. I mean, it's I don't see a point. That's all I'm saying.
So I want to revisit something you had said earlier. So because I kind of want to go back, like obviously a rough estimate, really rough estimate, but out of the current players that play this current Modern Warfare right now, how many do you actually think would go back to buy MW2 Remastered? Like if it had multiplayer
right now, or
a lot?
Like, if you could put a percentage on it, just say
probably half the current
players.
Tyler, are you talking about right now?
Yeah, like if they release it right now, yes.
Again, drunk guy at the wheel releases the game. How many people are going?
If they released it right now, like with Modern Warfare still, in its prime, I would probably completely stop playing Modern Warfare and go to MW2. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
See, I feel like I was thinking maybe like 2 out of 3 people, like 66% of people maybe would like go back and actually buy it. But I don't know, because it's kind of an interesting concept, because that game was released 11 years ago. So let's just say, obviously there was a lot of people like our age that played it when obviously for a lot of people it was probably too young, and now we're 23, 22, whatever. And so we're still playing Call of Duty, but like, a lot of those people that may be like, when MW2 came out, like they might have been like, mid to late teenagers, like they might not be playing COD anymore. So you might be losing a lot of that fan base.
That's actually a good point, is like, what's the age range playing Call of Duty now? Because it got big when we were all in middle school.
Yeah.
And now we're all in our 20s.
And think about like the big like YouTubers back in the day that were making like a lot of MW2 content. Like,
like White Boy 7th Street,
Sandy Ravage, X Jaws. Like they're not around anymore.
Only using blades.
I mean, because if you
Shout
think about
to Muzafuzza for just disappearing off the face of the map after making his millions.
Because if you think about it, like say somebody was 16, 17 when that game came out. I mean, they're 27, 28.
They're living their lives right now.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if that would. I mean, that would have to play an effect.
Given our situation, Actually, it would probably make a lot of money.
Yeah, you know. Well,
actually, this would be the best time they could do it.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, Activision, if you're listening, it's probably now or never. So I don't.
Yeah,
think,
let's go, man. I'm quarantined. I'm unemployed. Let's get that shit out, please.
When my $1,200 check comes in, I want to get Modern Warfare 2 remastered.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my government money to buy Modern Warfare 2 remastered.
You know, that is a funny point though, because it is like that, because we were talking about, I don't know, we were having a conversation.
You're gonna see anybody 21 and up would go buy it if they're still playing COD. Would probably go and buy that game. Anyone below that age range is probably going to be hesitant to buy it. They're gonna have that one friend on their friends list that is like scarily older than them, who's gonna tell them,
and be like, guys, you gotta get
this.
You
like, guys gotta get
this was my childhood.
Yeah. I agree. Like, I feel like 21 and up that still plays COD, I would say like 80 or 90%.
Bro, I would buy it just to play Simplify Remastered.
Yeah,
Tyler, baby, we figured that game out.
Shit, yeah, bro. We like every time we would like go back like to play like you know, the Xbox One compatible version. We would just be like, all right, we're gonna do this first, and then we can do anything else, and we just put it on the hardest difficulty.
By the way, we still have Echo to finish at some point.
Yeah, we always wanted to go back and finish like the whole ship. But
I never beat Echo during the original.
Yeah, I mean that's game. Some of that shit, like the one with like I don't know, you have to kill like 15 juggernauts with only like
impossible.
It's literally impossible on 3 stars. It's like I don't know how people ever did it. So me and Bobby were trying to get. We were trying to.
I mean, have you ever done those juggernauts in Spec Ops and Modern Warfare? Like that's impossible.
Yeah.
Tyler was getting so frustrated the one time. I think we were streaming it. Tyler was getting so goddamn frustrated. He was like, "I'm done. I literally can't do this anymore." He's basically Zach one game into Chell, but. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculously hard. But like, hey, I mean, I guess, you know, like I said, those Spec Ops were a lot of fun. Also, something not coming to the remastered version. So, I mean, I even, you know, like, I think this is more of a question for me and Bobby because we really like Spec Ops. Like, if they add Spec Ops to that with campaign, like, does that entice you more? If they added like,
if they keep it in the same price range, yes.
But like, say they put it up to like 29 for campaign and Spec Ops.
I'd wince, but probably get drunk one night and probably cave.
Yeah, that sounds
that's probably what it's gonna. Yeah, no, I love Spec Ops a lot, but again, at the same time, it's like, look, the backwards compatible for 2 looks fine. I mean, it's not great. I mean, it's 11 years old, but it's not terrible. It's still playable and looks fine and acts just like it did back in the day. So I don't need a graphical uplift to play the Spec Ops. It's not a requirement for me. So I'd be much more hesitant to pay $30, even if they did add Spec Ops. Unless they added like, I don't know, for some reason they added fucking Foxtrot after Echo just to give like another set of missions to do. Maybe. But even that, it's a massive maybe. You know what they need to add? They need to add Museum. That's what they got to do.
I think they have that in the remaster.
Did they actually?
Yeah, because I seen a like a screenshot.
I remember when I first pressed the button and immediately regretted it.
Yeah, I remember that. I seen like a screenshot of the main menu, and it's like campaign. It's like whatever campaign, blah blah blah. Then it's like museum, intel, whatever. So I think they have that, but shit, I had a point. Now or something to say. Now I forget. Fuck. Come back. No, I was gonna say come back to me, but no. I think that it's like I said, an interesting dynamic. Just because. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. If you're buying the remastered version right now, I mean, you're buying it. Number one, maybe if you don't have like backwards compatible, but like you're buying it because you're getting better graphics, better sound, maybe a little bit better motions, like this and that. Like at the end of the day, it's, you know, obviously just what the remastered version is now. And for me, like I said, I already have that, so it doesn't make much sense for me. But you know, again, disappointing that multiplayer wasn't added. Obviously, that was what we were all looking for. And obviously that not being added is a big blow. I don't know if there's anything else we want to touch on with this.
Yeah, it really fucking sucks that they didn't add multiplayer, dude. It's like they gave us just the icing, no cake. Like
they teased the fuck out of it too. Just saying,
they really did.
That's what's leaving like a lot of people like with a sour taste in this in their mouth. It's like, yeah, MW2 like where they weren't advertising MW2 Remastered campaign. They were advertising MW2 Remastered.
Yeah. So and I think a lot of people had expectations from the COD 4 Remastered, which
line false advertising.
Well,
yeah, we got a whole lot of blue balls out there, man.
Look, and I think there's also a dynamic to that too, because obviously COD 4 Remastered was really good, but because, as we talked about before, the lack of how good or how bad Infinite Warfare was, like I think everybody's ranking that higher. So they had this expectation going in with this that was high, and obviously, again, so many people being so nostalgic with MW2, it's probably pissing a lot of people off. Especially like we said before, a lot of people our age and stuff like that. So, again, unfortunate. One thing, a little side note, they are adding for the regular Call of Duty, the current Modern Warfare, which is weird. We're getting Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, but the current COD is Modern Warfare. Still weird thing.
I've hated with this naming stuff.
But
Couldn't just thought of a different name for it, like
seriously. Called it the Modernist Warfare. Like just put it
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. Man, just call it MW4 and like just get it over with. This wasn't hard. Like,
yeah, I don't know why they
reimagined everything. Boy, shut up. Put a 4 at the end of it, so I know.
It's basically a completely reskinned Call of Duty because the gameplay in it is so much different than any other. Like it feels more like a Battlefield, honestly. Like as far as like gunplay goes and stuff.
Yeah, and maybe they're smarter than I think, in that they know that nobody calls COD 4 Modern Warfare. They call it COD 4. Everybody and their mother calls it that. So maybe that's why. Yeah. That's literally the only reason they get away with it.
It's like you don't have a team of a couple people working on a name. Like, all right, we need you to do is just make a name that's not the same as the other Call of Duties. And they're like, we got nothing. We got to name the same thing.
You know. Every time. You know there was one guy in the meeting who absolutely was outvoted too. You know that.
Well,
there had to be the problem is here comes the big wig who comes in. He's like, guys, listen, it's a brand new Call of Duty. We have to just completely reskin it, keep the same name. It's been working for years. It'll work again. Fucking old ass.
I mean, my thing every time like a company puts out a terrible product or just something that like nobody likes, it's like a group of people came together and came up with this idea and said and approved it. Like that's crazy. That's my
favorite thing. Whenever anything just fails so horribly, my favorite thing is trying to figure out how to happen. Okay, so somebody came up with this idea. They pitched it in a meeting. The meeting said, okay, that sounds good. Let's talk about it over lunch. They talk about it over lunch and they go down to Florida and play golf or something, right? So they talk about it. And then finally someone who with some power says, hey, I think we can make some money off us. Let's continue doing that. And then they continue to develop. It goes through the entire, all the departments in a company. And if you're something like Activision, there's a lot of them, right? And so you go through all of them. And every single one of them says, yes, this is good. This is going to make the company like make so much money. And it's going to increase our revenue and our profits this quarter and everything like that. And it just completely falls flat. And they're like, well, we don't know what went wrong. We're trying to give you the best possible product. You know, our goal is to always entertain the players, community first. Man, shut the fuck up. You tried to make a quick buck and you failed. Okay, you failed. Go back to the drawing board. Try again. Come back to me when you got something good. All right?
Come back next year.
This is ridiculous. It's so bad. Especially with Infinite Warfare. How in the hell? Like, was anybody listening? You know, how much have we said, like, over and over again? The one thing we always give Epic credit for is fucking listening, right? Is it really this hard to do that? Like, there's departments for this. There's like community, like management and like departments, and you're telling me you watch the community, the reception of all your big player base, from everything from casuals to total grinders, and you said, yeah, Infinite Warfare sounds like the perfect game for everybody.
Literally the meme of like, it's literally the meme of that cartoon character where like everything's on fire around him and he's like, it's fine.
This is fine. Yeah.
This
Dude,
is fine.
It's just like, I mean, they obviously were working on Modern Warfare Remastered for a while, but at some point the meeting was, okay, this is not going to sell, right? But they have to show the investors, right, that they sold copies of this game, and they did. They sold millions. You know why? Because Modern Warfare Remastered was in it. Like, people who miss the mark, like companies that miss the mark that badly, looking at you, EA, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Sorry, end rant. I'm sorry. But
No, it's fine. Like I said, I started it anyway. But so a part of the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they are adding a bundle with it's called an Underwater Demo Team Classic Ghost bundle. So it comes with an operator skin of Ghost, which is pretty cool. And then you have two blueprints, a weapon charm, and a couple other things as well. And I believe that is included when you buy Modern Warfare Remastered. So, that's coming with the game.
Hey, Brandy, real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Brandy, did a ghost tap you on the shoulder? Why did you jerk around this way?
So I had my camera open on my phone, and on my camera, I thought I had I thought there was like a bug on the ceiling. So I looked, and
Bro, he looked like he was about to look at the assassin behind him. He was like,
I didn't even.
Sorry.
I didn't even see. But
we got a special guest on the podcast today. The bug on Brandy's ceiling.
It's not a bug.
if it's anything like the bug I had on the podcast,
I was gonna say the first bug
scared.
that ever made the thing was during our first face cam episode 50. That was one of my favorite codes. Oh my god, that's a big bug.
It's actually the same bug that was on in Tyler's room a few episodes ago. It traveled down from Philadelphia to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was scary. Anyway,
that bug's going places, man.
So if we are ready, which I think we are, we'll move on to In Case You Missed It, which is making its triumphant return after a
fucking
3 episode hiatus, I believe.
Something like that.
Brandy, take the floor.
Theme.
Thank you to our guest Malichai for adding the extra beats to that.
All right. So, guys, there was a Twitter storm going on this morning, and I thought it was a fiery debate, and and this is a very, very important question that I think all of us have some sort of passion about. Okay.
All right.
So there was I don't know who started the debate. I cannot figure out what the source of it is. But I'm just going to ask you guys this very simple question. And I'm going to give you 2 options. I don't want you to add any extra options. Okay?
Okay.
All
right. The debate is iCarly or Zoe 101?
iCarly.
iCarly.
Zoe 101, you butts.
Yeah, you guys are high. Zoe 101.
Zoe 101.
Dude, I saw somebody say that little "Are you ready?" in Zoe 101 is better than the entire iCarly show. Like,
hold on, that's piping high.
It's not even.
No, it's not.
It's not even a contest. Zoe 101 was before its time.
Okay, let me give my personal take. Okay. iCarly was there for comedy. Zoe 101 was there for the storyline. Do you guys agree with me on that?
Yes. I agree.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. Like I'm Zach. You said like in video games, like you don't play the campaign because you're not really into the story. For me, I'm the complete opposite. In video games and in TV, I love a juicy story. And that entire show was just one long story, and it was Did I cut out?
No, I said
you're good.
I asked you, but you said about a juicy storyline when you watch TV and stuff. I said, what about porn?
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. No problem.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
This is a bathtub. You guys have all seen that.
But no, like it's all about a good storyline for me. But so for iCarly, for me though, I specifically remember watching the first 2 seasons and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. After the 3rd season though, I wasn't really that much of a fan. Like it was the first few episodes for me that I was like, iCarly's pretty good. After that, not so much. Just my opinion.
I don't know about you, but Freddie had the best character arc of all time, and it's not even close. All right, that man went from this fucking squeaker nerd,
dude. It's literally like the next season, he was like a man with the deep voice. Like,
yeah, dude, he turned into a man right quick. I love how they addressed it too. In case anybody doesn't remember, the way they addressed it on the show that his balls dropped was that he literally walked into the room. It's probably the first 3 minutes of this episode. He walks in, goes like eat something off the counter. And he's like, hello, everybody. And Sam's like, why'd your voice sound there? He goes, I don't know, puberty? That's it. They didn't do anything else. They just did that, and that was them acknowledging that his voice got
wow, deeper. I didn't even know they did that.
So
yeah, that was it.
Good.
That was literally it.
Okay, so I need to get some other perspectives. Bobby, you said iCarly. I want to know why.
Oh, that show was on TV just all the time in my house. Like it just was. I watched Zoe 101. Like, don't get me wrong, I did watch the show, but I found iCarly just superbly more entertaining. I wasn't massive into storyline and juicy storyline and stuff back then. I just actually really liked iCarly. And I don't know, everything about that show, at least with the first couple seasons, was extremely funny. I am a big Jerry Trainer fan, so anything with him in it is an automatic win for me.
Yeah, he's
just way too funny.
Yeah, I do like Jerry Trainer.
The iconic role is Crazy Steve, dude.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's
who ate my enchiladas?
That's why I was like, don't bring up any other option. Like, don't bring up Drake and Josh or anything.
Yeah.
So
Drake and Josh is superior, but yeah, this is between Joey 101 and
all right, Tyler. Let's hear it.
Show that I recently got plastered to Drake and Josh, like absolutely over the top drunk, like falling on the floor because we were doing drinking games to Drake and Josh episodes. Because I think it's on Hulu.
Tell me about that.
That was a bad time.
So I don't know about you guys because I don't watch TV anymore, really. But it's really weird to think like every new episode's out every Friday or something. I think.
Like every weekend or something like that.
Every weekend, like it was weird to like anticipate. It's like, oh, good, the show is coming on today because like I don't do that anymore. TV, like I don't watch TV where I'm
it's all Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that now.
I can't wait till 7 o'clock when the new iCarly comes out. But anyway,
right.
Yeah, I liked it. I just I've always liked that comedy like that, like just like dumb, fucking stupid.
It's weird.
Comedy.
Like it's not even dumb. It's just weird. Like
it's slapstick.
I love slapstick comedy. Like
I'm a massive slapstick comedy.
I just love it.
It has to be executed well, but yeah.
So here's the thing, like. They were overusing their slapstick comedy, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
like the jokes were just getting really old, and also like that whole thing. Like, okay, this is gonna get a little weird, but like, do you guys remember like all the fucking like scenes like with the feet? Like that was like a Dan Schneider thing right there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh well,
that's really strange.
He's
that show he was obsessed with feet.
He's in some hot water now, I believe.
Yeah, he's been in hot water for a while.
Years. Yeah, he's been in hot water for a while, but no one's actually doing anything about it. And I think his company Schneider's Bakery is still with Nickelodeon. He's a weird one.
Like whenever I was watching iCarly and like they had like a scene with like where they're like drawn on their feet or whatever. Like I didn't find that funny. I was just like, that's a little weird.
Yeah, that is like I said. Weird. I mean. I think every show has like something.
Every Nickelodeon show from that era, at least.
So I wanted to say, by the way, like I did enjoy Zoe 1. I just like all those shows like that. Like another show I used to watch. Like this was a little bit past my time, but my sister would watch it. Was Victorious. I used to watch that too. Like Ariana Grande being on that show is fucking weird. By the way,
because Victoria Justice was in Zoe 101, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. So I think they had a few actors from Zoe 101 go on to Victorious.
Man,
dude. So obviously Victoria Justice and who else? There was a few others. Oh,
from what, Zoe 101?
Yeah. Well, I know. What's his name? The guy. Damn it. What's his name?
Well, who for what?
I think is from iCarly. He appeared on a couple episodes, but his main role was in Victorious. It's like Leon Thomas, the dude with the dreads.
Oh yeah.
Zebo.
No, it wasn't Zebo.
No, he had to play Zebo.
Yeah. He didn't. That same guy didn't play Zebo. He was one of the main cast in Victorious, but he made a couple appearances on iCarly.
If anybody's tuning into the podcast now,
I think it's Leon Thomas. But anyway, it's weird because Victorious plays on Nickelodeon from time to time. Nickelodeon's still on in my house because I have a little sister. And
excuses.
It's weird seeing Ariana Grande play like the dumbest girl.
Yeah.
Like it was funny then, but now it's weird knowing who she is as a person now.
She's one of the most popular people in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Also, so I just want to wrap up because I want to hear Zach and Malichai with Zoe 101. But yeah, it was a great show. And also, Jeanette McCurdy is a fucking dime piece. Like, she is just.
She's all right.
Yeah, more like a nickel.
I'm with Brendy on this one.
I think she's just my type of girl or something. But anyway.
No judgment, Jeanette McCurdy. We love you. You're awesome. You made a great show.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to hear.
I mean, Tyler loves you.
No, okay. Yeah, I love.
I think she directs movies now. I think she directs movies now.
She got
like not even just acts. I think she directs and stuff because I remember her making vlogs about it.
I mean that show was huge, so I'm sure a lot of those people got went
really depends on who you are, and again, kind of goes back to the Dan Schneider thing.
Yeah, really. So Zach, why Zach and Malichai? Just overall, you just think the one's a better show?
Well, I think. For me, I think the nostalgia of it has. I think the nostalgia kind of influences me a little bit because I remember getting so excited when that show would come on, and I don't ever remember like laughing really hard at it or like being like. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think it's just purely nostalgia of just remembering like how excited I was when that show would come on.
It was quality entertainment.
Right. And iCarly was just always like, it's the best show on right now. Like,
that's exactly how it was.
It's like
respectful.
It's good. It was good. It was better than anything else that was playing at the time, but Zoe 101 was like a top tier show. Like, plus you kind of like you kind of got to grow up with the characters.
Yeah,
because if you start from the first season, and I don't know how many seasons there were. If someone wants to look that up for me,
hang on. I have a picture to show you guys, and I want you guys to take your best guess. It's going to be a little, not really a game. Probably, just see if you know this.
I might not be able to show this on stream because of technical reasons, but okay, I will explain.
Okay, well, I'll describe what I'm about to show you in just a second.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Though, Gibby had the best glow up ever, and Neville was the best supervillain in a Nickelodeon show.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna put this in. I'll put this in off topic just so everyone can see it.
Yeah. I keep forgetting them now.
Okay. In this picture, right here, how old do you think Freddy is?
So
he was 12. He was 12.
12.
So not in iCarly, but how old do you think Nathan Kress is?
How old is the actor?
Yeah, he was 14.
Yeah.
His name is Nathan Kress, by the way. He's 12.
Yeah. So
yes.
he the answer should be 8 if you look at him, but it's probably 14.
No, he doesn't look that young.
He looks 14.
I got 12. I got 12.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll go 14 just because I think it's gonna be higher than I think.
Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and tell you in that picture, he's 17 years old.
Oh my god, dude! Wow.
No, he's not.
There's no way.
So how old do you think Nathan Kress is right now? Like if I didn't tell you that.
He's got to be close to 30.
Yeah, he's got it probably 20.
Yeah, he has a wife and kids.
He's 27.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's got a wife and kid. He got married.
Right after the show.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
but
exactly.
In that episode, which I can't remember the name of the episode, but he was 17 years old at the time of recording.
By the way, just for the audience and possible audio listeners, this is actually if you've watched iCarly, you probably might know this pic. It's just Freddy standing at a computer, and he's got a red and blue striped shirt on. And I think it's kind of somewhat famous because people play this game where they're like, okay, how old is he? Like, to me, that looks like an 8-year-old.
Do you guys remember
8-year-old looks, dude? Hang on.
I think that's the light mode coming in effect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too. You're seeing double, okay?
Did you guys ever watch Hannah Montana?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you know the guy that played her
Nickelodeon
brother
for life.
Yeah, what's his name? I don't.
Jason Earls.
Jason
Yeah,
Earls. Yeah,
Guess how old he is now.
He's
Just
in
guess.
his mid to late 40s.
Yeah,
He's 42, dude. He was like 30.
Now.
He was in his early 30s during that show filming.
It's only weird because he had to kiss the actresses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, he did?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I didn't even.
Well, you just hope you were also, not minors.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. I was gonna say because he was like
Nothing up there with this.
That.
I mean, Zach, if he looks young, is it a problem? I'm just kidding.
Oh, what now?
Oh my god! All right.
I'm out. See ya.
As Bobby's upside down on our screen.
All right, this has been a great episode. We're gonna have to end it here.
No, but I don't know, man. Like,
FBI open.
I didn't think this discussion would take this long. This might.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Do you guys think like the era that we grew up in television wise was like the peak of television? Or
yes, and I can tell you why. I can give you a perfect example because Henry Danger is the worst goddamn show in the history of the planet.
Well,
it's a completely generational thing. You say yes because you grew up with that generation.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because I was gonna say like I feel like the one right before us, and I say right before us, but it was like when we were probably like infants, like we wouldn't have known, like the mid to late 90s was good shit as well.
I was thinking like the late 70s and early 80s was a good time because like that was like when Ash was out. That was I think I Love Lucy was like on repeat all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, it was just interesting. Like I said, I mean, we definitely had some good shows, but I feel like our generation was like that I don't know, that flip over from like for TV, I guess. Like after us, it kind of like died. Like it was just like I said, for me, like it's on the decline now. But anyway, that was a long one in case you missed it. But
Butch Hartman left. That's why. I think that's why. At least on the animation department, Butch Hartman.
Look, obviously things are changing, but like I said, just was curious because like I said, I couldn't tell you last time I sat down and watched TV that wasn't sports or like obviously Netflix or anything. So
HGTV has been the move in my house recently.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is up with that?
My 9-year-old sister is enjoying it. She
watch a few.
She woke up this morning, literally came downstairs and was like, "Where's HGTV? I want my HGTV."
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna add this as a caveat. Every time I've been to the dentist, on the TV, they've always had on TLC or HGTV. Nothing else.
No,
I mean,
the shit that comes on TLC now is like a cancer to society.
I can't say too much.
At least HGTV can be kind of addicting. TLC is terrible.
Yeah.
HGTV just has like home improvement shows. Like,
I don't know why.
The idea of that sounds stupid, but it's actually kind of addicting. So don't get sucked into it.
Yeah, if you accidentally get invested into it, like you sit down and you're, because I went down and was drinking my coffee and everything this morning. I'm literally watching the show. I don't know who these two idiots are. This couple that is being like stupid, cringy, and motivating.
I know exactly what show you're.
Which 50 of them?
Yeah, I know exactly. That's the thing. There's like 50 of them. I didn't even see this one before. So like, I'm watching this, and they're doing all these modifications and whatever, and I'm finding myself internally critiquing. I'm like, I wouldn't like that at all. I'm like, wait, why am I getting myself invested in this? I don't give a single shit about any of these people. I don't give a crap if this is their dream home.
Bobby, you're just sipping your coffee. You're sipping your coffee and be like,
also,
what the fuck are they doing?
Favorite intro that they always do is like, "Hi, I'm a part-time worker at Pizza Hut," and the wife's like, "Oh, I sell what was the things that people sell,
I remember the
makeup
memes about
door to door." Yeah. They were like, our budget is $1 million. From where?
What?
Where are you getting $1 million? Like, I swear to God, these people have like the most
Offshore
like
hedge fund.
obscure like what's it called, occupations, and they just somehow are like, yeah, we're building our dream home of $1 million, bruh. You are no way past like paying off your college debt. Get out of here.
Talking about Avon? Is that what
Yeah.
you're
Avon, thank you.
Yeah. No, bro, like
Jeez.
it's so cringy. Like them reading off the
Oh,
script.
my
Like,
God. But then again, I'm finding myself. I'm like, I wouldn't like that at all.
I know,
I'm like,
like, bro, when I was a kid, me and my mom, every Friday and Saturday night at 10 o'clock, fucking House Hunters. Like, it never fail. And, like, I was addicted.
So dumb. Yeah, it was stupid. I will never turn. It's one of the. I will never turn it on by myself. Never.
No, no.
Like never. But if it's on and I'm sitting and hanging out with like the family or something like that,
You'll turn it on.
I don't know what happens.
Them.
It's like a spell, dude. It's ridiculous. I don't even know, man.
Anyway, that was long-winded, but was that your only in case you missed it?
No, I had another story. I had another story, but screw it.
No, we can do it. We can do it quickly.
Okay, I'll be very
short.
I'll be very quick. So
All right, wrap it up. I'm just kidding.
So you guys may have seen this on Twitter. President Donald Trump actually had a conference with the head of sports, or not the head of sports, but major the commissioner
in charge of all sports.
Yeah, the sports commissioner. But no, he had a conference call with all of the major league sports commissioners on Saturday, and it's looking like Trump obviously and the commissioners want fans back in the arenas, and they're trying to be as optimistic as possible, but it's looking like, at the very least, fans could be, depending on how this whole coronavirus thing goes, could be back in arenas by August.
Doubt.
And here's
I don't know about that.
So here's the thing, like, it will solely depend on two things: one, how the coronavirus goes, and two, how the governors of said states respond. So I'm curious as to exactly if we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, or if we're on the right track to do this.
So
this is definitely
the 2K tournament the other day.
No.
Where the actual players played 2K.
Yeah, it was actually.
That's the future. Let's be honest. We got digital NASCAR. Yeah. We're gonna have Madden being played by NFL players.
They're doing that though. On. Like the Madden did that too. They had a tournament with their players, and that's what they're doing. But bro, I think that's optimistic.
They are bored at NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Well, so let me ask you this then, Tyler. What about if they resume sports with empty arenas?
So I think the June and July are going to be telling for how our goes in terms of the virus, and I think that if it's not looking good, you almost at some point you have to resume sports. So I think if it was okay, this is not looking good. You kind of monitor. For y'all? No, it's you kind of have to monitor and see. But like I said, I just don't see this kind of ending anytime soon, in my opinion. I think that, like I said, June and July are going to be telling. But at some point, you can't. I mean, I guess you could, but in my opinion, you can't go 3 years without having sports. What the fuck is this?
I don't think anyone is looking at me right now.
I am looking at you, and I'm asking, what the fuck is this? You look good, man.
Thanks. No. I appreciate it, man.
But I think
Jesus.
But I think
I was able to get these yesterday.
I'll be honest. I think, in my opinion, he really shouldn't even have said anything to the public about it.
But
this is going to be one of those we'll see when we get there type things. We're not going to know it's over until it's over.
He's appealing to his direct fan base though, and his voters, and he knows it. That's what that is. That's what that is. The fact that he can say we're going to get our football back, that's enough for probably quite a few.
Yeah, here's the thing, dude. If they cancel the NFL, people are going to be like, all right, this is fucking serious.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's literally what's going to happen. People are like, all right, we should have taken it seriously the last 3 months.
Yeah, and we honestly should have listened. It is.
So as of right now, it's been suggested that right now there's no plans to cancel the upcoming NFL or postpone the upcoming NFL season.
They're also not. The draft is going as scheduled, which is in like a month.
Well, so
they're doing it virtually, from what I heard.
I was about to say the MLB literally already does that. So why does that matter?
Well, I thought that I didn't hear it was. I thought it was literally going to be exactly assumed fans, but like, everybody being together in the draft room or whatever. I don't know. I think the NFL season I'm not sure about. Again, I mean that's starting in September. I don't see sports coming back for the rest of this season. I think the NBA has already been recommended to shut down for the year. But I think at this point the leagues will monitor till the end of April into May and then make their decision from there. But not looking good for sports, unfortunately.
So I have a question. Are they just gonna? Do you think for the rest of the seasons that are canceled, like the NHL and the NBA, do you think they're just gonna scrap the season and just start new next season?
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna have a choice. I think they're gonna have to.
Yeah, they kind of have to. Yeah, unfortunately, and I know Bobby definitely be pissed with the Flyers' success this year, but. At the end of the day, there's bigger things, and I think that
this city is fucking cursed.
Yeah, it is. They are. But I think that
you don't know about being cursed, Bobby.
I think that
I don't know about it. You don't know about it. I'll end it there.
At the end of the day, I think unfortunately it's gonna all.
He's being insanely optimistic. I mean, I also want to be that optimistic, and I've kind of followed that. I've been following that time frame that he always said June, July, and I've been trying to believe him, but I'm seeing some stupid shit all over the media. And I know I shouldn't be looking at it, but it's there. And I'm like, you people are not listening. There's people in my area who aren't listening. And my state's getting smacked right now.
Also, I'm just wondering, don't you guys live in an area that has like a lot of old people too?
Well, I mean, my town specifically.
So we live an hour away from Cape May County, New Jersey, which is where all the retirees go in this area. Like that's where they
like South Jersey.
Yeah, it's like way south and like all the way down in the southeast. And
that's
that's where all the beaches are and everything like that. So all the retirees go down there. That's why it's been red for quite a few years. Now they're not getting hit. All the big cases that we have, and we have like what near 20,000. No, we're more than that. We're more than that.
50.
I forget. I think it's 40. But it's all north because it's right near New York. That's what's getting hit. So my area has been pretty good so far. But up north, it's not doing so hot. If it ever did come down here, Cape May County is gonna have
to get an umbrella, man. You'll be fine.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That's all it takes, man. I just got to sit right here and do nothing. That's what they're telling me to do, and I'm gonna do it. Kind of
great, honestly.
I see some of our like me and Bobby's like friends like we have in Jersey, and like they're just not changing, and I'm just like I want to fucking strangle you, like just because.
Look, you can literally...
look, I get that this is a tough time. I get whatever, blah blah blah. But at the end of it, like you have to realize, like, oh, maybe you're not high risk, but like somebody else you might get in contact you could be. Also, if you want to get to make this end, to be able to go to the fucking mall or go to the restaurants or whatever, just to get it to end, you need to take the proper precautions. So that is a whole different thing. But.
And it's not like you can't go out for a walk. Like it's not like you can't completely leave your house. It's just don't talk to people. Don't stop and talk to people unless they're like across the street. This isn't hard, right? Yeah. And if you go to the grocery store, again, you shouldn't be touching people at the grocery store by default. Just don't touch anybody. This is easy.
Yeah, whenever I go to the grocery store, I just hold my hand out like this and I just brush by everybody.
Yeah, dude, I literally just like start playing tag with everybody, right?
That only works if there's free samples, Zach.
So anyway, let's get to this.
Reminder to wash your hands and listen to the fucking CDC.
Yeah. So, we're going to get to the second part of the Modern Warfare discussion, which is talking about the current state or the current COD, which we had a lot of criticisms, as Bobby talked about before in the beginning of the game. And I have to give it up to Activision because they made a lot of changes that were significant that has made the game very enjoyable. And I don't know about you guys, but I thoroughly enjoy the game. Like, I really enjoy the game.
Yeah, definitely.
I think still specific modes I still have problems with because of some issues, but like our game mode is hardpoint, and I always have fun with that. So, yeah, a lot of things different that they changed. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So a couple things I wanted to bring up, I have on my list here. Let me bring up is that the introduction of Warzone, which we talked about a little bit before. Bobby already kind of giving his piece on it, but I wanted to talk to Brandy and Malichai, who I think us three have had the most time on it. What is your Brandy? I go to you first. What is your opinion of Warzone and what they've done with that?
So Warzone, I actually think is really well designed, but it still has a lot of potential that it could use. One thing that I heard specifically from Narrow Cinema actually was what they should do with Warzone is have it so you can have 4-player parties and then expand it to 200 people so that there would be a little bit more action. Because the map is like it's not like as small as like Fortnite's map, but it's also like not very big. Like I don't think it really supports or not supports, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like there are so many games where we will be fully loaded and not see anyone until like maybe there's 30 people left.
Yeah,
and I think if we were to expand it a little bit, it would bring a little bit more action.
Malichai, what are your thoughts
on Warzone or just Modern Warfare?
Warzone.
I think it's really well done. It's much better than Blackout. 100% better than Blackout.
I never got hands on with Blackout, but
I don't even think I played a single minute of Black Ops 4. I think the hype, like, okay, so I just want to bring up a little side note of, I think there's like a couple years of Call of Duty where everyone kind of recognizes it as like, I guess I'll call it the dark age of Call of Duty.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And let me look it up real quick. Let me look up the games chronologically.
Yeah.
Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4.
Basically, from Ghost to Infinite Warfare for me was like the dark ages.
Yeah, so everybody liked, or some people liked Ghost. I think people are split on it, but everything from Advanced Warfare...
Ghost was just split. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Everything from Advanced Warfare to Black Ops 4, like that 5-year period, like that is the dark age of Call of Duty. Like no one liked any games being released during that time. Yeah. And I think that's why there was a big reason why people like Warzone so much, is because I think people kind of started to get back into it after Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Just because I think people started kind of to come back around with the World War II release, just because everyone just wanted a World War II game. That was it.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Boots on the ground.
Look, Bobby mentioned before, like Warzone for him is like it's Call of Duty, and I think like it kept that. There's a lot of aspects that I really enjoy about the game. Like it has obviously the battle royale feel of many other games, but it has its own touch on it, I would say. And I really like it. I think they really did a good job. It's something that, as Brendy mentioned before, I do wish you could do. They finally added single player, because at first when it came out, it was just strictly party, I believe. Even though if you wanted to, you could play single. But adding a 4 group or something of that nature. Obviously, we have a lot of friends that play, so for us, like we usually have 4 plus every session, so like it's kind of hard for us to play. But
yeah, I mean, the other night we had 7 or 8 people on. It's like we couldn't play anything except private matches.
Yeah, that was something we found out the hard way the other day, which sucked. Was that we thought we could play 10v10 with 7. That's not the case. You can only have parties of 6.
Yeah,
dumb.
It's kind of dumb.
I felt really bad, and I was just like, okay, maybe I should just log off and let them play or something.
Yeah, I think everybody is that way, but no, I think like I said, Warzone did a really good job. I do wish, and I don't know if you guys feel this way, like I wish there was a little bit more variation in the guns you can get out of loot, and also how hard it is. Like, I wish they made it more expensive to get a loadout drop, because literally probably everybody's plan is, okay, there's 3 of us, combined $6,000. At $2,000 a player, you can usually get that in 2 loot boxes. You have your loadout drop.
You land, and 30 seconds later, you're good to go.
Yeah, so
For
like
the
I
whole
wish
match.
that was harder. And I wish,
I mean, they did increase it.
The how much it
cost.
costs. Oh, really? Yeah. What is it up to now?
8,500.
Oh, okay. So they did increase it. I didn't know that. So I apologize. I haven't played it in a while. But so I that's good then. Like again, they're making their improvements that they need to. I don't know if that was community calling. Even I mean that's 8,500 to at least a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm good. They're keeping up with the improvements because that seems to be a big theme of battle royales. Is there's just constant improvements. Like there's always something that needs to be fixed.
Yeah,
right.
So I like that a lot. And like I said,
and to be a company that responds well to fixes like that, it's just so important, especially now that multiplayer is a big part of gaming.
Malichai mentioned it before as well. I think making the Warzone free is like a very good marketing tactic, in my opinion, at least. Especially like, again, maybe even tying in with the whole Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and this game in general and the regular Modern Warfare in general. I think it's a good marketing tactic for them. But yeah, I enjoy it a lot. One of the things, I'm getting pinged by Bobby. I just want to.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, just somebody posting. What is life? I feel like there's updates have been. Sorry, what?
Wow, that was lame.
What?
Woo!
What? I'm just talking. I'm reading our commenters' feedback. He said, "I feel like their updates have been pretty on point so far. Def community driven." Yeah, I agree with that. I think that
Tyler's like, holy shit, somebody's watching.
Bro, I literally don't know. I just was reading like feedback. I don't know.
Anyway,
community chat up.
Anyway, well, I'm sorry. I have 17 things up because I'm the one that runs this goddamn
show. I have 4
show.
screens.
But
that's filled with shit. I don't want to hear it.
But no, I think that I agree. I think it's very good. Again, we've talked about this time and time again on the podcast. Like it's very important to us, and I know to other people that the game developer takes action when it's called upon by the community. So I think that's a big thing. I want to get into how this game came out. It was a train wreck, to say the least. I think when this game originally came out, I think that none of us really. I don't want to say we
Tyler, you specifically, I'm pretty sure, like hated it more than anybody.
So
that was definitely me.
Right.
No, here's the thing.
Zach, I promise you it was Tyler.
So here's the thing. It's possible, and I'll tell you why. Because the game did not at all. It was not at all compatible with my playstyle, and it's turned a little bit now because my playstyle is just aggro as shit, like run and gun, like no stopping, and it was you had to be so patient. Like you literally had to just like go around the outskirts of the map, always keep your gun aimed down, like, stuff that a lot of players do anyway, but like you had to play so tactically. Footsteps were like crazy, and every time I remember it, I still just like the first thing that pops up is the fucking video. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, the video Brendy posted, it was like a duck or something. It was just like slapping the ground, like
you could not ninja defuse at all because of your fucking footsteps.
Yeah, the whole thing with the call outs as well.
Click search.
Like the call outs as well. Like it was crazy, man. Like it was
rock.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. So like I said, they did their part and fixed a lot of that. They've also added new maps. And again, it's kind of what I talked about before, adding new maps instead of doing the multiplayer, adding Rust. They've added Crash. There's another one that I'm missing that's old school. That I can't think.
Well, sorry, what maps have you said so far?
Crash and Rust, and I thought there was one more that I'm missing.
Shipment?
Shipment as well.
Vacant. How could you forget
Vacant?
Shipments.
Oh, and
Yeah,
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah, bacon as well. That I think that's actually the one I was thinking of. But shipment, yeah. Which
Bacon is forgettable in this game. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Whoa, how are you
it is.
defying gravity?
But yeah, I think that
I think I just lost connection again for like 3 seconds. I'm sorry.
no, that's
That
okay.
sucks.
We're all still here,
Sounds
but
like a you problem.
yeah, really.
Hey, I said it was a me problem.
So how do you
Yeah.
guys like? I want you all to give a rating on the game at this point in time. Sorry, I want you to give a rating of the game when it first came out and the rating of the game now. Malichai, I'm going to start with you.
I give it a solid 7, 8.
Okay, you didn't answer the first part of it, but that's fine.
Wait, I'm sorry.
So no,
It also says red bar for me.
what did it say
Rip.
when? What would you say when the game first came out? What would you give it?
I gave it a 5, 6.
Okay, Zach, this will be an interesting one. What do you have?
When it first came out,
yeah,
I mean, Call of Duty for me, at least for the past few years, definitely has been kind of underwhelming. Like, it's like, nah. Like, the excitement's not really there, but it's like usually an okay game. So I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10.
I think we're all having internet problems, by the way. I'm also red barring, so if we cut it out here, I apologize.
Our viewer was life is giving it a solid 7. Looks like.
Okay, I think people are misunderstanding the question though.
I mean,
Yes.
it's fine. Brendy, what do you guys?
Okay, I'll literally be the first. Okay, when the game first came out, I was giving it a 2.5 best.
Yeah.
Oof.
Honestly,
God,
I was probably at a 1. Like I was upset.
But now I would.
Faster, I don't want.
But now, like, okay, it's so I don't really play the game by myself, so like I can't really say like if I'm playing by myself, this is what I would give. But like as long as I'm on like with a squad, like it's 7.5, maybe 7.5.
All right,
For me.
and Bobby.
I think when it first came out, I was getting a solid 6 out of me. Gameplay was good,
Oof.
but all the terrible issues that it had ruined most of it for me. Couldn't be as tactical as I wanted to be. The callouts just completely pissed me off to no end. But then once they fixed all of that, and then they even added Warzone, and they added a lot of that stuff, and even the new maps and stuff, I think I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 currently.
So I'm with Brendy. When the game first came out, and again, I apologize because we are really having some technical difficulties here. I don't know if I'm cutting in and out, but
You are a little bit. I think it's just Discord.
when the game first came
Discord's
out,
being
I would have given it like a 2, and I'm like, I really enjoy the game. Like I would give it like upwards of like an 8, 8.5 now. Like I actually genuinely really enjoy this game. Like it's definitely one of the best CODs there's been in years. I feel like that's
What would you say was the thing that like would absolutely like okay, like number one thing on your list that you hated about it first came out? For me thinking back, it would probably be the maps. Hate the maps.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that. Like they didn't really. I mean, they added new maps, but like they didn't really change.
I think the maps are too big, man. Like
I mean, obviously Piccadilly was like one everybody hated, but I mean, obviously that's still in the game, like as it was.
Well, so here's the thing. Like, I think it was Malichai brought this up last time we had this discussion. The maps cause the game to be bad because it causes the players to play differently.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and here's the thing: even though they've introduced new maps, we still usually play the same maps except for Rust and Shipment. But like most of the newer maps, like Atlas Superstore, awful.
No,
it's
Bacon,
Search and Destroy. It's great for
not
Search and
get me
Destroy.
started.
I haven't been able to play much Search and Destroy because the people I'm with in the party hate playing Search and Destroy. I'm with you though.
No. Only one person hates Search and Destroy.
And by people,
and it's our lovely host here.
But Tyler gets really pissed off if I even consider it.
No. Look.
Yeah, I know. God forbid we play a non-respawn game mode.
I generally don't like one life game modes, but I especially don't like it if I haven't warmed up yet with a respawn game mode for a couple games. So yeah, I apologize for that. Maybe I'll be a little unselfish and we can do that. But anyway,
you finally decided to get called out on a podcast, and now you change your ways.
No,
okay, need a little public shaming to get your shit together.
Hey, hold on. I have said, look, I know that I am the problem, and I am the reason that we do not play one fucking Search and Destroy. I have no problem with admitting that.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, bro, like it's not as fun as Hardpoint. Like we're a god.
I love Hardpoint,
man.
Look, we're we are a god Hardpoint team, but here's the thing: I don't want to get sick of it, and I want to mix things up. That's why the past few days I was like, okay, let's try Capture the Flag. Let's try something different.
Yeah.
Let's try Search and Destroy.
Yeah,
Tyler's like, no.
Wait, okay.
Suggesting Search and Destroy to Tyler is like shooting his dog right in front of him. That's literally what the equivalent is to him. The way he immediately reacts, he's like, I can't do it. I can't do non-respawn game modes. I can't do it.
That is not true. Like, I give it some thought. Like, I'll just be like, no. Like, I'm not passionate.
You don't even think about it though. You're just straight up like, no.
Just because
knee jerk for you.
And like we have a team though. Like chances are we're gonna do well.
I know, but it goes to what I said before. Like I just want to fucking run and gun chaos. I don't want to have to sit back.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This
doesn't want to use his brain, guys.
Okay. No. This motherfucker.
That's me Tyler. When it comes to video games. Hands down, I don't want to use brains.
Okay.
I don't want to play games.
Here's another thing about Tyler though. As a teammate in gunfight, he is like he is a terrible teammate in gunfight.
Bro, I'll admit that too. I may be one of the, if not the worst gunfight player in the history of the world for a multitude of reasons. One of them being I can't sit still for 2 seconds. Number 2 being that half the maps I can't see the enemy because it's all fucking grassy and shit. And number 3, I just choke in those situations, and I don't know why. Like, I just straight up choke, man.
Yeah, and I've literally said, like, look, Tyler, like, just relax, just hide, like, play a little campy if you need to. And, like, he's like, no, I can't do it. And I'm like, please, for the love of God, I need to win.
Oh, man. But... yeah, like I said, yeah, that look, I am fine with admitting both those things, but yeah, gunfight, I fucking suck. Like, it's so terrible. But
yeah, like the round will have just started, and then 10 seconds in, I'll hear the burn, and it'll be like Tyler's dead. I'm like, what the fuck, Tyler?
When we play private matches, I'm easily the weakest link. Like, I just choke 1-on-1s or something, like with friends. Like, I don't know.
No,
I don't know what it is.
Our man Ricardo's the weakest link with that fucking Georgia ping.
But I was gonna say
he's still good though.
Ping. Yeah,
he's good.
I'm glad you mentioned Ricardo. Are you able to play clips or not, Bobby?
From what?
Are you able to play it on the stream?
Well, a clip of what? Like one of the clips we have, or something that he has?
No, something he clipped that I can link it to you.
If you send it to me, I could try. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I gotta scroll up a bit, so y'all keep talking.
No, it's fine. Because the original question you would ask me is like, what was your least favorite part? And for me, honestly, it was like the footsteps and call outs. Like,
Ricardo's in the chat.
Ricardo, yes.
Your clips are getting robbed. Where do you want me to send it to you, Bobby?
DM the Complaint Network Discord, please.
There you go. Oh wait, that ain't it.
Well, Ricardo, here's the thing. It's a good clip, so we need to show the viewers. No, but no, the footsteps and call outs for me were really
it's the evolution of beards.
Evolution of beards.
It really is. Yeah, that was just the terrible part for me. But
did you send it, Brandy? I don't have the Discord link. Sorry.
Shit. Hang on a second.
Yeah, keep going, Ty.
No,
me and Brent here trying to fix things.
That's fine. I was gonna ask Malichai, like, what was your least favorite part at the beginning of the game? Because I know you definitely had a problem with that too, with the callouts and stuff.
I mean, that was an issue, but it was just the maps.
Yeah,
and yeah, that was the main issue.
Are you still on the train that Piccadilly is like one of the worst? Like, because people were calling it like one of the worst COD maps of all time.
I don't think it was the worst. It just played a lot different than people.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you kind of enjoy that, true? Like I feel like at least, which is something like I said I can't get behind, but yeah, I think that
you really have to abuse the spawns on that map.
Yeah. So, Zach, I wanted to ask you as well. Obviously, you're a little bit more casual than we are just because of your riot shield use. But like, what for you?
There you go, Bobby.
Was like the problem at the start of the game, or what as a casual player were you struggling with at the start of the game?
I think the big problem with the game for casual players is that it's Call of Duty has kind of gone into the competitive realm for sure, where more people playing are wanting to be competitive versus me who wants to just screw around and not just play with like 4 god teammates, and then I use a riot shield. So I have a KD of 0.7, but my win-loss is like 4.3.
Yeah. I mean,
so I'm like trash, but good at the same time.
Kind of our like squad we play with on COD is like just a well-oiled machine. Like we have like each person has their role, and we all know our role. And because we do our role, we beat teams 250.
Oh, I am hardcore anchor, dude. Like there is, I don't do anything else. I have one job, and I have to do it. Like.
Yeah. And Malichai's is the slay, like we all know. But Bobby, do you have that clip ready?
Give me like 30 more seconds, and I will have that for
that is fine. I also wanted to mention the old maps in the game, like being reintroduced. Like I don't know if I asked this question already, to be honest with you, but like, would you guys rather have that, where they just kind of keep introducing the old maps, or would you rather have like, as we talked about before, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered?
So here's the thing. There's a lot of old maps in the Modern Warfare series that would absolutely not work in this game at all. And I think Vacant was a prime example of it.
I agree.
There are a few maps I would like to see given a try. So here's the thing. A lot of people have been suggesting High Rise. I'm curious what people in the chat would think about having High Rise remastered for Modern Warfare. I think it would be terrible.
Give it to me.
Game's not fast enough.
So the game's not fast enough, and like if you can get on top of the high rise building in Modern Warfare 2, you were dominant. But in Modern Warfare, I feel like you'd be a god. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, honestly.
Because you put attack insert field upgrade on, like you would never be able, like you would never have to come down ever.
Yeah, I think as far as Modern Warfare 2 goes, I mean that was a top 3 map at least for most people. It was my favorite map. I would say that and Terminal are definitely the two up there for
Terminal. I would like to see remastered
for the 9th time in
I was gonna say that's the problem though. Like it's already been remastered.
Well, who cares? Nuketown's been
but for the same game essentially.
Yeah.
Crazy side story about Terminal is me and Malichai were playing Terminal I think a few years ago, or I guess whenever it was popular, and this guy we were boosting. This guy
you assholes.
There was like some
reported.
Yeah, please don't report me.
It's more than a few years ago. This was like easily 7 years ago.
Yeah, easily. There was a guy that joined us while we were boosting. Like he wasn't trying to kill us. He just walked up and said his tag insert. He's like, "Can I boost with you guys?" I played Call of Duty with that guy for 5 more years after that.
Good old tiny.
What is Life says High Rise would be great, but with how campy people play it, I feel like it wouldn't be the best. Yeah, I don't like
that is absolutely true.
Yeah, people don't move around, and like people would just camp on one side of the build, or like on each side of the building, and wait for that one idiot to run out and just gun him down.
That was a big problem with the start of the game in Modern Warfare. Was the map, again, talking about the maps, like it kind of influenced people to kind of camp, and they had a lot of spots like to look out windows and stuff like that, and with great vantage points and all that. But we're gonna give our boy Ricardo some love here with a clip that we were talking about earlier, so you can see that on stream now. Unfortunately, no audio.
It doesn't really need it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm not playing audio. I already muted it, but so I'm just gonna cover our faces with this clip for a second.
And keep in mind, this man is playing on like I think 150 ping on this clip.
150 ping easily.
All right, here we go.
Is he?
You guys, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned to us in the Discord. You got to look at the stream for this.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream.
Sorry about that. So, is everybody watching the stream real quick? Sorry,
yeah,
I can't get the screen share.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, just really quick, look at his watch. That is real time. It's 6:13 a.m. when he's playing.
I didn't even realize that, actually.
I love that.
Guy's a vampire, that's why.
He literally is.
But yeah, on like again, probably 200 ping on Hackney Yard here.
Yeah. Here we go.
So I'll kind of do some commentating over.
Okay.
We're playing Hardpoint here. Ricardo doing his job of slaying.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
so this is just Ricardo just cleaning up the mess here
with a deagle.
We're just going ham
with a deagle.
Yes. Quad feed with a deagle.
That fourth was that's a triple headshot too.
Yeah, and by the way, take a look at that last guy. The last guy he killed.
So bad.
How the hell is that a headshot?
Yeah,
I don't understand how it's a headshot. Look at it.
I don't know either.
Like
last guy got the kill on this dude.
And he shoots him in the right knee.
Ricardo says 200 ping OP. I mean, dude, I feel like you have some sort of advantage in these lobbies that is untapped, and that clip just proves it.
It's different. It's improvise, adapt, overcome, man. He figured it out. He figured out how to play.
And the thing is, I remember that the lobby before, or like in the pregame lobby, Ricardo was like, "Hey guys, just warning you, like I'm gonna be using a deagle, so I'll probably suck." And I remember I said, "Ricardo, don't suck," and he did that shit in like the first or the second hard point.
Yeah, me and Ricardo have had a couple conversations about this, and it's just like because of the ping, he has to kind of adapt, and it makes things more difficult, but he still pulls off shit like this. So shout out Ricardo.
He's also, I just want to say that third guy I killed is absolute garbage. That dude is bad. Let me see.
He's didn't even hit he had to land one bullet. That's it.
He just
honestly, this team we played absolutely was garbage. I'm pretty sure
we won like 250-4.
Yeah, it was like something like that. And obviously, I mean, a lot of people in those don't play don't play objective, but like we were also outslaying them as well. So it wasn't like they weren't very good.
Typical hardpoint game for us. And we're just completely pub stomping.
Look, either way, great clip. So yeah,
this is a great clip.
Out. So. But yeah, I don't even know what we were talking about before. I got so sidetracked by that absolute beauty.
Yeah, just that amazing clip just completely
deserved our full attention, so it's okay.
It did.
I had another thing on my list that I wanted to bring up, and this is kind of the last thing on my agenda. I don't know if anybody else wanted to bring something up, but I wanted to talk about the battle pass because it's something that I know I get. I think Brendy got it. You got it like late.
I've got it both seasons.
Okay, so yeah, I've got it both seasons. Like Bobby and Zach don't pay for it though, so we're kind of split. And Malichai, I'm not sure about you. I don't know.
I have it.
Okay. So obviously, like we said before, it starts at $10, I believe at least, and then if you get through rank 1 to 99, it pays off itself. For the next one. which is kind of interesting because we play a decent amount, and unfortunately with us, I guess we split ourselves from season to season when we took a little bit of a break. But when we play a lot, and like the highest I've got is like level 60. So it's kind of an interesting thing there. But how do you guys feel about that? Obviously, with the price, I mean, the price point the way it is, but it's also one of those things we've talked about with Fortnite before, which is that's all cosmetic, and a lot of the DLC for COD is cosmetic, but you also have weapon blueprints that I personally don't use that much, but many other people might. So, what do you guys like overall for Brandy and Malichai feel about the Battle Pass in terms of its looking with that at the game?
So it should be clear that most of the stuff in the battle pass, like so there are some free things in the battle pass. Like I'm pretty sure most of the weapons that have been in the battle pass have all been free.
They have been, yes.
So as long as you're playing, you'll unlock it. But and I'm not sure how it works. Malichai, you might know this. I'm not sure how it works if a season ends but you haven't unlocked a weapon. Do you know how that works? Do you just never get it then?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that actually.
I actually don't know.
But so in any case, though,
Malichai doesn't know something about COD.
So in any case, though, like most of the stuff is cosmetic, and you mentioned blueprints. So like, here's the thing, though, you can use a blueprint that has attachments on it you don't like, and you can still just use the camo for it if you want to.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Like I said, I mean, I would say like 95% of it is cosmetic, but
you should see the camos I have, dude.
Yeah, I know the one you have, but I think you actually bought.
I got another one that was even better. Trust me.
The fucking anime thing. I don't know about that, man. But no, I like I said, I like it. Malichai, I don't know if you have any thoughts on it or how it applies to the game, but what do you have?
It's just something to do, to be honest. It's not anything game breaking or like game changing. You don't need it.
It gives me like another goal that I can do while I'm
I only do it for the weapons. That's it.
That's fair. And I will say one of the weapons in this battle pass seems really good.
It's one of my favorite guns in the game right now.
I forget what it's called.
It's called the
5.56.
Yeah.
And then they also have the striker, which is
awful unless you can aim.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing for me about the battle pass. So it's like it gives me another objective because one of my main objectives right now is to get platinum camos, and right now that's just kind of something fun that I can do along with the battle pass. So I'm all for adding extra things and unlocking as I go, getting double XP tokens and all that good stuff. So I'm all on board, and then getting some interesting camos along the way.
I think with the game not having prestige, it kind of fills a little bit of that void for me in terms of like it gives me an objective to work for. So that's kind of where I fall with that. Now, Bobby and Zach, I know Bobby, you're not one to really get that stuff much, or maybe that's just why you're where you're at. But like,
I don't quite care for the camos and cosmetics most of the time. I don't play enough to care. So for me, I'm just, all I'm worried about is just stomping on plebs. That's really all it is for me. That's where I get my joy in this.
Dude, I like the Black Ops camo where it's just like, all right, I played this long, give me that shit. Like, that's literally how it was.
Well, it was like you had to get 14th prestige and then spend 50,000 COD points. Like that was pretty straightforward. Or for gold camo,
the whole attachment system was kind of broken in Black Ops, but like as far as the gold one, it's just like, all right, like I've played the game for 10 days now. Like, can you just give me gold?
Exactly. It's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I said, for me, I do enjoy the cosmetics because I play so much, I guess. But like for me, like I said, it's more of if it's paying for itself, essentially.
Right.
So it's just an objective. It's something to do and something that makes the game more interesting. So yeah, for me, that's kind of where it is. But I think overall, just a vast upgrade. From obviously, for all of us can say that for what it was at. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else to add. But
no, I'm enjoying. I'm honestly enjoying the game.
Yeah, and I mean, it's looking like they're gonna make a few more maps. The next season is coming out in 2 weeks or something like that.
Yep. It's gonna have Village.
Yeah, they're gonna have Village. I'm really kind of scared on how that's gonna work on that game, but I mean, we'll see.
It's gonna be fine.
I believe the Battle Pass season ends Monday. I believe Monday or Tuesday. I think Tuesday. Actually,
it's the 7th. Ends the 7th. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I said 2 weeks. Then I apologize.
No, you're fine. No, yeah, it ends in the 7th, which that'll start season 3, and then you have a whole new Battle Pass. Usually they go for a somewhat of a theme, and the last theme was based off of basically Ghost, teasing, if you will, the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. It'll kind of be interesting to see, what the next one's about. But again, something that we'll monitor. But yeah, if that's all we have, like I said, I really enjoy the game. I think when we're on as a group of friends, most times for games we play, it's fun, and this especially. But with that.
Well, by the way, real quick, I did want to add one more thing. Trip capping is a good idea. Okay, we can move on.
No, you are not getting me
Oh my gosh, dude.
Bro, oh my god.
I agree with Bobby, but we'll save that discussion for another.
That honestly might be a podcast topic about trip capping.
Yeah, a whole podcast. Is trip capping okay?
I'm gonna kill this kid.
Okay.
For our last segment, I'm gonna send it to Zach for Zach's thought. Zach did it again.
Oh my!
Zach's track of the week.
Fail.
One job.
Certainly, just one word you have to change, dude.
No, and I can't do it. Zach's track of the week. What do you got for us this week?
So this track is a track I've been waiting for a long time. So if you guys don't know, like dubstep kind of works differently as far as how releases go. So an artist will produce a track and they'll play it in their mixes and live sets and stuff, but they won't release it for a year or two, like after the track is finished. So anyway, this is a track I've been waiting on for probably 6 months. I think I first heard it in a mix around October, November, and it finally came out this past Friday. It's a 140 BPM deep dubstep track. It's called Ends by Alix, Perez, and Headland.
Told you, look, don't fucking come around there.
There you go.
That's a big tune right there.
Yeah.
That's the tune.
That one got me bouncing around.
I could tell.
I'm hyped before the show.
What is life says Alix Perez is fire.
Yeah, like I said, I don't like really listen to dubstep that much, but like the stuff that Zach has given on his track of the week.
Well, you kind of do, Tyler, because I know you said you liked the grime, like that UK grime.
I do. So I do like UK grime. I'm a little bit not picky with it, but I like what I like, and other stuff I'm just I don't know. But it's not that I don't like dubstep or anything. I just don't listen to it as much as usual. It's a tune.
A tune.
Yeah. So
British people be like,
yeah,
there's a tune in it.
It's the tune in it.
It's a tune in it.
Why'd you stab me in the chest? It's a bit rude.
Yes,
isn't
bro.
it?
Oh man,
It's been my favorite set of memes.
Viewers, we are losing them now.
Nah, we probably have. I think we already know a British guy that would pretty much agree with us.
And with that, we're gonna wrap up the show. Thank you everybody for stopping by. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop a follow. We are here at Twitch at Come Play Network. Mostly every week. We always tweet out when we are on our Twitter at Come Play Network. and on Facebook at Come Play Network as well. So if you'd like to follow us there, get updates, interact with us, please do so. We're also on YouTube at Come Play Network and basically all listening platforms, Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, all those places you can find us as well. And we're up to date with that. Like I said at the start of the show, we're at episode 52. Was just uploaded yesterday, I believe.
It was uploaded earlier this week, but yeah.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, so it was uploaded over this week, and this one will be up in a few days as well if you'd like to watch it again. And we are not done for the night. We are going to be, as we has become tradition. I don't know if Zach's going to be joining us for this, but me, Bobby, and Brendy will be streaming.
Might join a little bit later on, but
okay. Yeah. It's kind of become our tradition after the show that we're going to be streaming NHL 20 ESHL clubs. So we will be taking an intermission as usual.
Yeah, go watch the boys play a glitched ass game. I mean, a great game.
So we're going to be right here again. We'll give ourselves maybe 20, 30 minutes as usual. But again, right here at twitch.tv/Come Play Network. So that is all for the show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time for episode 54 of the Come Play podcast.
And also thanks to Malichai, of course. We got to thank
him. And I'm
coming on and giving his time.
Thanks to Malichai. He's just such a regular now. You know, it's hard.
He is. He's kind of become a regular.
But no, thanks to Malichai, as always. And it's always
someone enjoys these.
But now I think I'm ready to wrap up the show. That is all.
Sure.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time for episode 54 of the Come Play podcast.